Hello everyone and welcome back to the garden. Today we're taking a quick look around at what's going on, kind of like an update video. The first thing I want to start with, of course, is going to be our zinnias. I finally got this big row of zinnias planted out. Now I'm totally limited for space this year, so there's nothing really fancy going on in terms of zinnias. I only have a few varieties. I have our own hybrid that I've been saving for several years, which I'm excited to finally show y'all this year. I finally got more than a couple plants of it finally. I also have several saved seeds from the Dawn Creek Zinnia Breeding Fundraiser project that y'all helped me to contribute to, so I'm so thankful for that. I'm excited to show you those. Also in this row of zinnia, I have the Little Flower Girl mix from Floret that I saved last year, and some new ones to me, the Queen Lime Peach that I got from Johnny's Seeds. I've never grown the Queen Lime Peach before, so I'm interested to see what those like, because a lot of those Queen Lime series are very pretty, so it should be something special to see. Moving right along, I wanted to show you the calla lilies. You'll remember that I planted these calla lilies in this bulb crate in a container, and they are doing phenomenal. I've actually been growing these in the shade. These are getting almost no sunlight. I have to move the crate because I need them to get a little bit more sunlight, but these are kind of blushing pink calla lilies. I can't remember the exact name of these, unfortunately. But needless to say, these look gorgeous. No competition with the weeds. If I could obtain some more bulb crates, that would be great. I would definitely grow these in this manner. Again, 10 out of 10. Would totally recommend it. Absolutely awesome. Also, here in the yard, I wanted to show you that I have officially removed all of the ranunculus. All of the ranunculus bulbs are gone. And I have replaced those ranunculus with the dahlia seedlings. These are the dahlia seeds that I saved from last year's garden, the 2021 garden. I saved these seeds, and now we have our own hybrids. These are really exciting. Some of them will flower this year. I have them planted really close together just so I can make sure that I get as many as possible here in my yard. Even if they do not make a flower this first season, I will be able to dig up the clumps. They will produce clumps and tubers just as they did last year, so that's actually very exciting for me. So I'm not worried about having to wait a little bit longer just because I don't really have the space anyway. And you know what they say, patience is a virtue, so we might see some of these this year, we might not see some of these this year. However, we will definitely be seeing some flowers from last year's tubers. These are the 2020 seeds. These are the seeds from 2020 that I saved. I grew them as tubers in 2021, and now we have these large bushy plants. Here in these two rows of plants here, these dahlia plants, I have about 25 new varieties of dahlias. I don't know what any of these flowers are going to look like. I got a couple flowers from these varieties last year, but I think I ended up losing both of those tubers, which really bummed me out. But hey, this is a learning process. We're learning all about this, so we should have some interesting blooms. I also have several other named dahlias that I have to plant somewhere and put into pots or something. I'm already way behind in doing that, so I'm kind of worried about that, but that's besides the point. Carnations, we're also finally getting some carnations blooms, and the Sweet William dianthus, of course, are starting to finish up. I really enjoyed these Sweet William dianthus. They were such a beautiful addition to my yard this year. I'm not sure if I'm going to grow them again next year unless I can hurry up and find a new place to grow, just because I don't have the space to be planting hardy annuals and all these different biennials because I am quickly running out of space. I've also started the process of digging up a lot of the daffodils. I've been transplanting them, just so I'll likely have to start my whole daffodil collection over if I can ever find a place to move to. The petunias are getting quite a bit bigger. These petunias are a planting of the Italian double petunias, which are very pretty. I've grown those before in the past. They're very nice, especially for cut flowers. I don't like that they're a little sticky, but the stem length and the vase life are great. The Lisianthus bed is actually looking really good. I've done a pretty good job of keeping the weeds out of this small Lisianthus bed this year. If you've been following the channel for any amount of time, you know keeping the weeds out of Lisianthus is something that I just... weeding is not high on my priority list ever, but I've done a pretty good job of it this year. Also, the last thing I wanted to show you before the end of this update video is that the snapdragons have also been removed. The snapdragons are also gone. I know that's a bummer. I love the snapdragons too. It's just, you know, when you have such a small space, you have to be constantly rearranging and doing something new. So the snapdragons are gone, and what I have done is I have planted gladiolus bulbs. I've soaked the gladiolus bulbs in just a light bleach solution, so we shouldn't have any problems with thrips or anything like that. But I have planted each of the gladiolus bulbs in this weed barrier fabric in an attempt to keep the weeds down, just because I have so many aggressive invasive weeds here in my yard. And I believe if these are able to bloom in this 4-foot wide bed in this staggered pattern that I have in the holes of the weed barrier fabric, I believe that the floral display of these gladiolus is going to be absolutely stunning. So for now, this is kind of an experiment. I am going to keep my fingers crossed that it is going to be something beautiful and it's something that works out really well. That's really about it for this video. I know that it was kind of a quick one and there's not really many flowers to look at, and you know, it's not really like, you know, one of those showstopper type of updates, but sometimes you have to just make an update of the ugly kind of nitty-gritty stuff that you do in the yard as well, because you're not always going to have blooms. Sometimes it's just going to be a lot of playing in the dirt and working and getting stuff done. As always, you feel free to leave a comment down below, your experiences, any comments that you have. I'm always glad to read those, and I do try to get back to you, get back to people when I can. Unfortunately, I'm still just way behind, but thank you so much for watching. It really does mean the world to me. Your support is everything, and without you, I truly would not be able to do this. So I am very, very thankful. As always, links to the blog and garden planner, all kinds of stuff down in the description below. As always, I hope that it is bright and sunny and absolutely gorgeous wherever you are. I hope your garden's growing great, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.